I dropped a video this morning talking specifically about Master P and Lil Romeo. I guess he just Romeo right now because he in his 30s. But I dropped a video this morning about Romeo, right? Master P and Romeo and everything that was going on with that whole situation. Okay? And I'm bothered. I'm absolutely positively bothered. Because the problem with this conversation that Romeo is deciding to air out his father is the foundation by which I've had this conversation with you guys on a regular basis. And it's, what is generational wealth? What is generational wealth, ladies and gentlemen? I'm curious. Is it that you work your whole life as a father, you go through the ups and downs, you give the game to your kid, and then you pass on everything that you have to your family so that they're able to take care of themselves or they're able to benefit off of your hard work? Is it the legacy that you leave, or, in the case of Romeo, tarnish? I've never heard anybody outside of Master P's ex-wife had anything negative to say about Master P. Not one person. I've never heard one person say anything about Master P, but leave it up to family. The very son that you were in his life. Let's really mine this out for a second. A lot of people don't even have a father in their life. I'm one of the fortunate ones to have a father that was my best friend. A lot of people don't even have a father in their life. And you have these entitled, spoiled, grown folks that still think you owe them something, that cannot go about living their own life and doing the thing that's in their best interest, trying to hold you accountable on social media of all things. And then they try to substantiate their argument or their point by saying that God got me. No, he don't. No, he don't. The words say to honor your parents, your mother and father, especially for a father that has been intimately involved and has given you a front row seat to what you need to do in order to be successful. You talking about a dude that came from the mud and Master P. And then he got the nerve to try to throw his business out there as far as his finances, trying to insinuate that P is broke. Do I give a fuck whether or not P is broke? I absolutely don't. I absolutely don't. Why? Because that's just the ebbs and the flows of life. And also, let's be clear. P's broke is a little bit different than all the rest of everybody else is broke, if that even be the case in the first place. If that even... P is a hustler. P is grinding, he working, he never asked nothing from nobody, he never blamed anybody for a situation. He just said, yo, I go through ups, I go through downs, but through it all, I'm going to hustle, I'm going to grind, and I'm going to get it. But the conversation that we have in a day is based off of the ungrateful, overly entitled, incredibly spoiled children that we then raise because they've never actually had to do anything outside of exactly what it is that their parents had to do. And the minute that they get out on their own, they automatically start to blame you, the parent, despite the fact that you've done everything and given them a leg up. And see, this is why I say, and y'all always wondering why Anton is saying that men need to suffer. Because he ain't never went through nothing. And that's why he's overly entitled and he's spoiled and he's trying to hold P accountable on social media. You know, I watched a video this morning where P said, yo, I tried to call him and he don't even call back. P said, I tried to call him. He don't even answer his phone. He don't even call back, but he willing to go back and forth trying to air me out on social media. P said, yo, this is what they want us to do. They know that we stronger together than we are apart. Ironically, you never see this happening from any other group or culture. Even Britney Spears. A lot of people forgot about this. Britney Spears was being managed by, controlled as a grown woman, and ultimately manipulated by her own father. And she still ain't say nothing. She had to go to court and fight this dude for the right to even be able to breathe on her own and manage her own money. And you never really heard her ever say anything negative about her father. She just kept on water waving and dancing and all of that. But on a regular basis within the black community, you regularly see young people feeling overly entitled. The ones that got the most and the ones that had the front row seat, because really the only responsibility that P had was to give him the opportunity to be able to be a man and not be running from the back up to the front. Gave him everything that he needed in order to be successful. And this man is sitting here trying to hold P accountable because P had the nerve to tweet about Twitch's death and saying that mental illness is something that we need to really pay attention to. And then he utilized P's daughter's death to say that you ain't say nothing on social media. So do I got to say everything on social media in order to be able to substantiate your feelings? So now I got to make an announcement about something that I'm still grieving about. My daughter passed away and I'm still grieving about it, but I'm supposed to say something on social media in order to make you feel better about the situation, and now you want to try to air me out? If you had an issue, all you had to do was pick up the phone or come over to the crib or kick it, or we can handle this like men, however you want to do it. But what makes you think that being on social media is actually going to solve anything except for exaggerate the problem? Because let's just say hypothetically that me and you wind up fixing our situation and moving forward. You still killed my reputation. And that's why even the scriptures say the power of life and death is in the tongue. You can kill somebody with your tongue through your reputation. You can destroy somebody just by uttering a phrase or a set of words. You've already destroyed them. And this is why I even tell people on a regular basis, listen, if you are to be successfully married, maybe I need to bring the marriage series back. If you are successfully married or you are in a relationship, nobody needs to be a part of your relationship. Not your mama, not your homegirl, not your sister, not your brother, not nobody. Don't tell nobody and be having no conversations about what it is that you're doing in your bedroom, in your household, and how it is that you're dealing with your spouse. Because after you get done killing their name to them, you wind up going back with them, and then ultimately everybody else are still soured on them, which then puts a wedge in between you and your spouse as far as the relationship. Y'all can't even go over each other's house without your mama looking at him funny, and he know that she looking at him funny because you was over there running your mouth, telling him or telling her about what it is that y'all doing in y'all relationship and in y'all bedroom. Entitled, spoiled, overly spoiled kids. And you think that these people are your legacy. They not. They not. Let me tell you something. You came in this world alone. You gonna die alone. They're gonna put you on a t-shirt and they're gonna put rest in peace on social media for the next couple of days. They're gonna forget about you. You are going to have to be accountable to whoever it is that you worship or whoever it is that you feel like is your God for every single thing that you did on this earth. Nobody is gonna be there with you. Nobody can save you. Nobody can make the decision for you. It's all on you. The legacy that you live would largely be defined by how you affected the people on this earth. Good or bad. Generational wealth is not a thing that you can purely define by money. Are you supposed to be responsible? Yes. Can you assist and help your children, especially after they be grown? Absolutely. But you cannot depend on and then define yourself fully by the people that you surround yourself by, because they are their own human being and they're going to have to be accountable for themselves. I'm going to say what I said on this panel on Friday night on the Anton Daniels show. Hear me and hear me clearly. Fuck these kids. You do what you have to do. You be the example. You live it. The words that you say is the reinforcing. But ultimately, it's their responsibility to become the best version of themselves. And one of the reasons why they so entitled and they so easily able to hold you accountable is because they don't give a fuck about you, and you ultimately overly spoiled them, and you spoiled them rotten. They rotten to their core. They soul is black. Don't matter how much money you give, all of the lights and the glam and the glitter and the social media and the cars and all of that bullshit. Listen, they're rotten to their core. They have no principles, respect, values, and they don't look at you as anything other than an ATM. You are nothing to them. And if it was up to them, they would kill you tomorrow. If they could kill you tomorrow and know that you were on that they were on your insurance policy, finito. It's over. You're worth more debt to them if you're not continuing to fill their pockets than you are alive. That's why people fight after somebody has passed away, because they were more interested in your stuff. They will go to the wall, balls to the floor. They will go to the wall to fight for your estate and won't call you one time while you're still alive. Just continue to check in the pulse. Wait until you pass away. Man, they don't give a fuck about you. They don't care nothing about you. You do what you're supposed to do as a parent. You take care of business. You give them everything they need in order to be successful. You can even fund their college. But beyond that, if you've given them everything they need in order to be a successful adult, you've done your job. Everything is extra, and you don't owe nobody nothing. Remember that. Or you can end up like Master P and Romeo. The dude that had his son under him for the entirety of his 30 years on this earth is the one that's being hung out to dry. Don't say I didn't tell you. Don't say I didn't warn you. I told you. I told you. Don't say I didn't warn you. Your legacy will not be defined by the old ugly, stupid, entitled, spoiled, rotten kids. Not at all. Your legacy will be defined as if you did more good on this earth than bad, and you left it in a better state than had you not been here. It is what it is.